So, so I think that what I love about this topic, which is like self-realization, is that we're all students of this. We're all on this journey. I'm learning things about myself every single day. I learn mostly from my amygdala hijacks. When my amygdala is hijacked, that's when I learn about what I'm afraid of. Whether it's, safety of my kids, or whether it's growth for the business, or whether it's losing a client. There's defensiveness, there's humor, there's jokes, there's, anger, there's the clench of the fist, there's some, reaction. And that's basically your mind feeling something, right? And a lot of the times we try to shake it off, or we try to laugh it off, or just pretend like it was nothing. But really, ultimately, those are our fears, right? And if we don't address those fears in our conscious state, we are going to address those in our subconscious state when we're dreaming. And we're going to have a dream where there's a fiery dragon and we're getting pushed off of a cliff, and there's only one way to go, and that is probably a terrible job, or a recession, or whatever it is, some metaphor, right? The fiery dragon is a metaphor for whatever you're truly most worried about in your life. And I think, this idea of self-realization, self-awareness, I think that comes from pushing yourself and actually being uncomfortable, moving yourself out of the complacency. Most people would rather be in a coffin than the person giving the eulogy. That is a known fact. Public speaking is a terrifying thing for most people. In fact, it was for me, and I still feel it. I get the heebie-jeebies before I go on a stage, and I have to breathe, and I have to go through the process. And but it feels good once I overcome it and I'm able to communicate and share a story. And I think that, putting yourself outside of your comfort zone, I think is really where that starts, because that's where we start to expand ourselves. If you're a guitarist, jump on a piano. If you have an acoustic guitar, grab an electric guitar. Continue to expand that horizon, because then you get that larger sort of perspective of things. And then you figure out what your strengths and your weaknesses are. Some people have an innate abilities to do things better than others. It's sort of just a random thing, nature, nurture, who knows what it is. It's not really relevant, and other people have to work on things. So as you start to sort of experiment and try things and become self-aware, and go to that conference, get on that stage, get on that podcast, start something, start your YouTube channel, write that song, write your book, put the ink to the paper in whatever way it means to you. That is going to allow you to become more self-aware. And frankly, it's going to build personality. I mean, this is what Ernest Hemingway, would always write about, which is the idea of a hero going on a journey, and that hero going on an arc. And we start in this current place, and then we get some catalyst, we meet someone educates us, something happens to us, we get some sort of a fall. And then all of a sudden we become realized, we find the way, we find the direction, we feel compassion, someone guides us there, or frankly, we guide ourselves there. And then we get to a different state, a post state, and that's the beauty of the story arc. And we're all a story arc within a story arc within a story arc. If you look at our, progress, hopefully this upward trajectory, that just looks like a sawtooth,